The mainstream media has a significant influence on the public's perception of various issues, including the topic of vaccines. However, it is essential to acknowledge that the mainstream media often lies or misrepresents information about vaccines, which can have severe consequences for public health. The importance of knowing that the mainstream media lies about vaccines cannot be overstated, as it allows individuals to make informed decisions about their health and the health of their loved ones. One of the primary reasons why the mainstream media lies about vaccines is due to the significant financial influence of the pharmaceutical industry. The pharmaceutical industry is a massive and powerful entity that spends billions of dollars on advertising and lobbying efforts. As a result, the mainstream media often presents a biased and one-sided view of vaccines, downplaying their potential risks and exaggerating their benefits. This can lead to a lack of transparency and accountability, as the public is not presented with accurate information about the potential dangers of vaccines. For example, the mainstream media has consistently presented the HPV vaccine as a safe and effective way to prevent cervical cancer. However, numerous studies have shown that the HPV vaccine can cause serious side effects, including chronic pain, fatigue, and even death. Despite this, the mainstream media continues to promote the HPV vaccine as a vital tool in the prevention of cervical cancer without acknowledging the potential risks associated with it. This lack of transparency can have severe consequences, as individuals may be coerced into receiving a vaccine that could potentially harm them. Another reason why the mainstream media lies about vaccines is due to the close ties between the media and government agencies. Government agencies, such as the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), often have a vested interest in promoting vaccines as a way to prevent disease. As a result, the mainstream media may present information that is biased towards the government's agenda, rather than presenting a balanced view of the topic. For instance, the CDC has been accused of covering up the link between vaccines and autism, despite numerous studies suggesting a potential connection. The mainstream media has largely ignored this controversy, instead presenting the CDC stance as fact. Furthermore, the mainstream media often uses scare tactics to convince the public to get vaccinated. By presenting sensationalized stories about the dangers of vaccine-preventable diseases, the media can create a sense of fear and urgency that leads individuals to rush out and get vaccinated without doing their research. This can be particularly problematic, as individuals may not be aware of the potential risks associated with vaccines or the fact that many vaccine-preventable diseases are relatively rare or mild. In addition, the mainstream media often attacks and discredits individuals who question the safety and efficacy of vaccines. This can be seen in the way that vaccine critics, such as Dr. Andrew Wakefield, are vilified and ostracized by the media. Despite the fact that Dr. Wakefield's research has been vindicated by numerous studies, the mainstream media continues to portray him as a fringe figure who is spreading misinformation about vaccines. This kind of bullying and intimidation can have a chilling effect on free speech, as individuals may be reluctant to speak out about their concerns regarding vaccines for fear of being attacked by the media. In conclusion, it is essential to recognize that the mainstream media often lies about vaccines. The pharmaceutical industry's financial influence, the close ties between the media and government agencies, and the use of scare tactics all contribute to a biased and misleading presentation of information about vaccines. By acknowledging these factors, individuals can make informed decisions about their health and the health of their loved ones. It is crucial to approach the topic of vaccines with a critical and nuanced perspective, recognizing both the potential benefits and risks associated with them. Only by doing so can we create a more informed and balanced public discourse about vaccines, one that prioritizes transparency, accountability, and the well-being of individuals over the interests of powerful corporations and government agencies.